Hello everyone, this is Khuda Dad Nomani, one of the contributors and also one of the team members of AsyncAPI initiative. Before starting my talk about Optimizer, which is my topic for today, I want to talk about a little bit about my journey because the first day of the conference is dedicated to contributors. Well, I started my journey as a summer of code student. I remember going through the organizations list and then so I think API went through the list of ideas that we could work on in that period of time. The idea of event-driven architecture was new to me, and the idea of having a single specification file and also tooling for that file that can give you documentation. Also, it can generate code for you for different platforms. It was very interesting and intriguing. I applied and then got accepted. Since then, I have been contributing to AsyncAPI, really loving the community. Of course, we have a separate presentation by Lucas, which I think is today. We talk more about how to become a testimonial and how to start your journey. Tune in for that. Beside that, let's get into it and let's talk about Optimizer and what it is. Now, what is Optimizer? Optimizer is a library that can be plugged into CLI tools and GUI tools to make your file more optimized, or in other words, make it shorter. How exactly it works? As you may know, we have the component section in our specification file. And you normally use it when you want to reuse component. For example, when you have messages or one message that you want to use it in multiple channels or places, you can just declare it in the component section and then reuse it in multiple places. Or if you have a schema that you want to reuse it, you can just put it in the component section and then you can reference it from anywhere inside your file. So how this library works is, it will, first of all, it will find the duplicated components in your file, and then it will generate a report for you to tell you what components are duplicated and where they are. And if you want, it can help you to move them in the component section and reuse them. Or if you have components in the component section that are there but you are not using them anywhere, you can just specify and the library will delete them for you. Okay, let's see this library in action. As you can see, I am in Visual Studio Code and I have set up a basic project to demo the Optimizer. First of all, you need to install it. Okay, let's take a look at the project, at the file that we are going to use for this demo, and let's see what we can do with it. First of all, we have a header here. As you can see, it's duplicated. We have a copy of this header here, and also we have the same object here. So I expect the library to move one of them to the components and then reuse that component. And then we have a message here that is not used anywhere in our AsyncAPI specification file. I expect the library to find it and remove it. Then we have this sent at here, a schema. Here, instead of using that schema, I'm writing the full form. I expect the library to find it and then ref this send at to this send at. Okay, now the optimizer is installed and we can start our demo by importing it. Now I imported the optimizer and I can create my document here. I am importing it here for the sake of simplicity. Just let me copy and paste it here. then you can easily create an instance of Optimizer class and pass your document. Now that you have the Optimizer instance, you just can generate a report by calling the getReport method. This is an asynchronous call, so you have to await it. Now that you have the report object, you can print it. Let me console.log this report. I'm going to run this project. As you can see, I'm getting this report here. It has 3 points. Reuse component. As you can see, it identified that that sent at can be reused. It identified that there is a message called unused message. It can be removed. And as you can see here, it found that my header can be moved to components.schemas instead of writing the full form. Okay, now let me apply these changes to the file. And then you can pass an option and specify which one do you want to disable and which one do you want to enable, or what type of output do you want, but I'm not going to, I'm going to go with defaults. Okay, let me print this optimized document. And then let me run this project again. Now I have the optimized document here. As you can see, the header is now using the schema1 because it has created an schema1 here and reuses that object. Header here and here. It uses the schema from components now. And as you can see, we have no messages here because it wasn't used anywhere and it is removed. And the last thing is that now my sent at is being used instead of writing the full form. Let's talk a little bit about the vision and the future of this library. As you may know, OpenAPI specification is very similar to AsyncAPI specification, so it can easily be ported, or we can add the feature to support OpenAPI specification as well as JSON schema. If I remember correctly, they have the devs part instead of components, which is used for reusing component inside the JSON schema specification. So in the future, we can easily add the support for JSON schema as well. With this out of the way, let's talk about contribution. If you have an idea or you have a feature request, you can always open an issue. We can discuss it, or if you want to contribute, there are a few issues open. You can pick one up. We can discuss how to implement it, and I will be very happy to help you in that regard. Have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of the presentations.